Employment Tribunal. If a worker feels their employment rights have been breached or broken by their employer, they can take their employer to an employment tribunal, which is a bit like an employment court of law. An employment tribunal is a panel of people, a legally qualified chairman, as well as other people with expertise relevant to the case they're about to hear. An employment tribunal will be presented with evidence from the employee about the reasons why they think their employment rights have been breached or broken. And the employee will provide any evidence that they have to prove this. At the employment tribunal, the employer can also present evidence to show that their rights have not been broken, if they believe this is to be the case. The panel of people will listen to both sides of the case from the employee and the employer and then decide if the employment laws have been breached. If they have, then the employer can be fined or can be ordered by the employment tribunal to give the employee money. This is called compensation. At the employment tribunal, for support, the employee can take along a trade union representative if they are a member of a trade union. A trade union is an organisation that looks after the employees and offers support to employees who are members of that union. They can offer support about pay, working conditions, unfair dismissal, and other parts of employment law. The trade union can offer legal advice and may pay for legal representation for the employee too, if the case is strong and a very serious one. There are many examples of trade unions in the UK. Teachers can join the NUT, which is the National Union of Teachers. Nurses can join the Royal College of Nursing. And if you work in the manufacturing, transport, food and the finance industries, you can join Unite, which is the biggest union in the UK with over 1.4 million members. Even university students have a union they can join, and this is called the National Union of Students, the NUS. Usually pays an annual fee to the trade union to become a member. If an employee has a concern at work, they can go to the trade union representative and talk to them about their concerns. Anything to do with wages, conditions, workload, contracts, redundancies, their statement of particulars, working time directives, holiday entitlement, and other employment issues. If enough people contact the trade union about the same concerns, the trade union can set up a meeting with the employer and try and negotiate better pay and conditions. This negotiation process is known as collective bargaining. It is the aim of the trade union to bring together employees and employers to discuss the concerns and solve any disputes they may have in a fair manner. Sometimes trade unions take more assertive action against an employer if they think the workers are being treated really unfairly. This action is known as industrial action, and it usually takes the form of a strike. A strike is where the employee does not go to work on a specified day, and they can stand outside their workplace with placards and banners making the public and media aware of their complaint about their employer. However, there are strict legal restrictions on trade unions' organised strikes and how many they're allowed to organise a year, as these are often very disruptive to the employer and their business. In the 1970s, trade union power was much stronger than it is in today's workplace, but some professions can still be seen to go on strike. For example, tube drivers, teachers, doctors and nurses, fire services have all taken industrial action during the past few years. Trade unions' main role today is to ensure workers are not being exploited by their employers and to try and resolve any conflict between the two stakeholders by that process of collective bargaining, to ensure both sides are happy and the workplace is not disrupted too much. Thank you, my Lower 5, for listening to my first ever educational broadcast. I promise I'll get much better. Bye.